Mustafar burns the sky red. Anakin Skywalker stands alone on the black shore, lava reflecting in his eyes like a second inferno. The echoes of his rage still hang in the air. Obi-Wan's voice, Padmé's cry, the promise of power that now feels hollow. The dark side surges, but it no longer feels victorious. It feels loud. Anakin senses something then, not Obi-Wan, not Palpatine, something ancient, small, immovable. The Force bends. Behind him, a green blade ignites. Yoda has arrived, but he becomes something harder. A man who lives with his mistakes. In a galaxy that survives because of it. Yoda does not rush forward. He watches. He feels the chaos inside Anakin. Grief tangled with pride, fear wrapped in power. Yoda understands instantly. This is not a Sith yet. This is a man standing on the edge. Anakin turns, fury flaring when he sees the Grand Master. He accuses the Jedi of betrayal, of lies, of weakness. Yoda listens. That alone confuses Anakin. No lectures, no commands, only silence and fire roaring between them. At last, Yoda speaks. Lost you are, but gone you are not. Anakin attacks. Their blades collide, green against blue. The ground cracks beneath them as the Force explodes outward. Unlike Obi-Wan, Yoda does not retreat. He absorbs Anakin's blows, redirecting them, letting Anakin's anger exhaust itself. Anakin fights like a storm. Yoda fights like the earth. Every strike Anakin throws is powerful, but sloppy, fueled by emotion rather than intent. Yoda turns aggression into imbalance, forcing Anakin to overextend again and again. For the first time since pledging himself to Palpatine, Anakin feels doubt mid-swing. Anakin unleashes Force lightning, raw, uncontrolled. Yoda catches it, not with his hands, with the Force itself. The lightning bends, spirals, dissipates harmlessly into the air. Anakin stumbles back in disbelief. This wasn't in Palpatine's lessons. You were taught to take, Yoda says softly, never to understand. Anakin screams and pushes hard. The Force hurls Yoda into a rock face. For a moment, Anakin thinks he's won. Yoda rises slowly from the rubble. Bruised, tired, but alive. Anakin feels it then, not triumph, but shame. He could have killed Yoda, and he didn't want to. Yoda extinguishes his blade. That single act shakes Anakin more than any strike ever could. You seek to save her, Yoda says, but lose her you will if this path you walk. Anakin collapses to his knees. The dark side howls and then quiets. Yoda tells Anakin the truth Palpatine never would. That visions are not certainties. That fear creates futures as often as it prevents them. That the dark side feeds on urgency. Anakin realizes something terrifying. Every choice he made was rushed, and Palpatine made sure of it. Far away, Palpatine waits, and feels something go terribly wrong. On Coruscant, Palpatine pauses mid-step. The Force ripples, not violently but wrong. Anakin's presence, once blazing and unstable, has changed. It hasn't vanished. It has quieted. That should be impossible. Palpatine reaches out through the dark side, expecting obedience, rage, desperation. Instead, he feels resistance. Not rejection, resistance. For the first time in decades, Darth Sidious feels something dangerously close to unease. Mustafar's heat becomes bearable as hours pass. Yoda sits across from Anakin, both of them grounded in the Force. No blades, no commands. Yoda teaches Anakin techniques the Jedi Order abandoned long ago, ways to observe emotion without being ruled by it. Anakin fails repeatedly. Anger flares, fear spikes, the dark side claws back. But Yoda does not punish failure. He expects it. Power, you have, Yoda says. Wisdom, you must grow into. For the first time, Anakin trains without pressure to be perfect. And that changes everything. Across the galaxy, clone commanders receive the signal. Order 66 is issued. But without Vader present to lead the charge, confusion spreads. Some clones hesitate. Some Jedi sense the danger early. Some escape, wounded, broken alive. The purge still happens, but it is incomplete, and that incompleteness will haunt the Empire forever. Palpatine arrives on Mustafar in a storm of black clouds and crackling lightning. He does not announce himself. He does not threaten. He smiles. He sees Anakin alive, unburned, unbroken, kneeling beside Yoda. The sight infuriates him. Palpatine attacks without warning. Lightning tears the air apart. Yoda meets it head-on, and Anakin stands not behind Yoda, but beside him. The battle is unlike anything the galaxy has ever seen. Palpatine overwhelms with raw power. Yoda counters with precision and patience. Anakin stands between them, the Force screaming through his body. Palpatine tempts Anakin again, offering Padmé control, certainty. But Anakin has learned something new. He pauses. That pause saves him. Instead of striking, Anakin anchors Yoda, stabilizing the Force around them. Palpatine is forced back, shocked. This was never supposed to happen. The duel devastates Mustafar's surface. Lava surges. The sky fractures. Palpatine realizes it's something dangerous. If this continues, he might lose. Not today. He unleashes a final blast, collapsing the terrain between them, and vanishes into hyperspace. Wounded, furious, and no longer in control of his apprentice. The Sith rule of two survives, but barely. Padmé awakens on Polis Massa. She is weak, but alive. Anakin arrives days later, not as Darth Vader, not as a conqueror, but as a man carrying unbearable guilt. Their reunion is quiet, fragile, real. Padmé does not forgive him instantly, and Anakin does not expect her to. For the first time in his life, he accepts that redemption is not a moment. It is a lifetime. Yoda does not return to Coruscant in triumph. He returns in silence. The Jedi Temple feels smaller than he remembers, not physically, but spiritually. The halls echo with absence. Too many voices in the Force are gone. Too many candles extinguished. The Council gathers what remains of itself. They expect answers. Yoda gives them truth instead. He tells them Anakin lives. He tells them Anakin did not fall, but nearly did. And most painfully, he tells them that the Jedi Order helped push him there. The Council reacts as Yoda expected. Fear, doubt, resistance. Some masters argue Anakin is still too dangerous. Others insist the Jedi code cannot bend, that allowing attachment openly would unravel everything they built. Yoda listens. Then he does something unheard of. He admits the Order was wrong. Not evil, not corrupt, but incomplete. The room falls silent. For the first time in centuries, the Jedi Council does not speak with one voice. Obi-Wan Kenobi is on a forgotten moon when he feels it. Anakin, alive. The Force confirms what his heart refuses to believe. When Yoda appears before him days later, Obi-Wan does not ask questions. He already knows the answers. He sees them in Yoda's tired eyes. Their reunion is not warm. Obi-Wan feels relief and betrayal. He remembers Mustafar, the fire, the certainty that his brother was gone. Yoda tells him the truth, that Obi-Wan was never meant to be the one to stop Anakin. That love clouded them both in different ways. Obi-Wan struggles with that. For years, he believed killing Anakin would have been mercy. Now he must live with the fact that walking away saved him instead. It is the hardest lesson Obi-Wan Kenobi will ever learn. The galaxy does not forgive easily. News spreads that Anakin Skywalker survived, that he was once the Emperor's chosen enforcer, and then disappeared. The Senate debates his fate endlessly. Some want him executed, some want him hidden, some want to use him as a symbol. Anakin himself refuses all of it. He does not ask to be restored as a Jedi Master. He does not ask for command. He asks only to serve quietly, and that terrifies people more than rage ever did. On distant worlds, civilians whisper his name like a warning. Former separatists curse him as a butcher. Survivors of Order 66 look at him with eyes full of grief. Anakin accepts every ounce of it. This is his penance. Palpatine is not defeated. He is delayed. The Empire still rises, but without Vader, it lacks cohesion. Grand Moff's scheme. Admirals compete. Inquisitors fail more often than they succeed. Palpatine adapts. He stops seeking a weapon. He begins searching for an idea. If Anakin represents balance, then balance must be erased. The Sith turn their attention to ancient knowledge, worlds older than the Republic itself, places where the Force was once broken on purpose. Palpatine does not intend to rule forever anymore. He intends to end the cycle entirely. Padmé recovers slowly. Physically, she heals. Emotionally, she carries scars that will never fade. She loves Anakin, but she no longer trusts the galaxy around him. So she makes a decision that changes history. She leaves the Senate. Publicly, the shock is immediate. Padmé Amidala had been one of the Republic's last moral anchors. Her departure sends a message louder than any speech. The system is broken. Behind closed doors, Padmé builds something new. A quiet network. Senators, worlds, citizens who believe reform is still possible without war. She does not call it rebellion. Yet, not peacefully, but differently. Luke and Leia are born into a galaxy tense with uncertainty rather than tyranny. They are not hidden from Anakin, but they are protected from his legacy. Yoda watches them carefully. He does not train them early. He lets them be children. Anakin visits often, not as a legend, but as a father learning restraint, patience, humility. And slowly, quietly, the Force begins to settle. Not because darkness is gone, but because for the first time in generations, someone chose to face it without becoming it.